The Bible stresses over and over and over how being prepared, planning, being intentional, being prudent is what you need to do. And you may have to ask yourself, am I getting the result I want? And if I'm not getting the results I want, am I being reactive? A reactive lifestyle, a more casual lifestyle, gathers very different results from someone who is intentional, who prepares, who plans, who is proactive. And you don't go into battle and then put on your armor and get your weapon. You have your armor and your weapon before you go into battle. And that transfers over to everything in life. The Bible says the wise in heart will be called prudent. The definition of being prudent is acting with or showing care and thought for the future. If you're being reactive, casual, or going with the flow, that's not what the Bible tells you to do. We see many, many verses that talk about someone who is prudent. A prudent person foresees danger and takes precautions. The simpleton goes blindly on and suffers the consequences. Another version says, a prudent man foresees evil and hides himself. Basically, wise people see danger ahead and they avoid it. They make different plans. They take precaution. We see the Bible stressing to us the importance of being proactive, being intentional. We're not careless. You don't want to be careless. You don't want to be reactive. You know why you did something. You meant to do that. You're intentional. Proverbs 14:8 says the wisdom of the prudent is to understand his way. The prudent know why they did something. They don't just act. The Bible stresses again in another verse, the plans of the diligent lead surely to plenty. You have to be intentional and proactive to have plans, right? But those of everyone who is hasty surely lead to poverty. You'd rather be a planner. You'd rather be proactive. You'd rather be intentional. You'd rather be prudent. Proverbs 14:15 says, the simple believe every word, but the prudent considers well his steps. So you're thinking, if you're considering well your steps, you're thinking about these steps. You're not just doing it. There's nothing casual about that. There's intention. There's being proactive, thinking it through. Proverbs 4:26 says, ponder the path of your feet. The same type of thing. There's a lot of people who are like, oh, I'm just going with the flow. Oh, I'm just dealing with life's punches. While yes, it is okay to be spontaneous sometimes. That's perfectly okay. I think that's actually one of our inheritances from God, a good use of free will. But that shouldn't be your whole life. There should be structure, order, plans, proactiveness, intention. It should not just be everything as a reaction. For example, if I know that I have unhealthy ways and I say I want a husband, I have to be a wife. Then I'm going to enroll myself into therapy. I'm not going to cause conflict and then figure it out. That's being intentional. And so if you are being casual and not as intentional as you should be, then you should definitely read the Bible verses that I talked about and see in what area can you maybe implement more prudence. Also, yes, the Bible also talks about how we have our plans, and of course, God's will reigns above that, of course. But there comes a point in time when you're in alignment with God and His will to the point that your plans can align with His. And that's a different lesson for another day. But don't use that as an excuse to not give order to your life, because the Bible does stress the importance of having care for, looking to, and being thoughtful with the future.